Okay, so something weird is happening with the Bazaar. And by I say weird, I guess I kind of mean unexpected. So the game released on Steam maybe about a year ago, and it came out with very mixed reviews because there was a lot of controversy with the way it was monetized, the future of the game, the sort of developers and the faces of it, saying a lot of weird things. But I'm happy to say that the game is kind of thriving a couple of months after, and I can go ahead and show you the Bazaar charts. So it released basically October of 2025 last year, and it was a lukewarm 3,000 players, that's actually not bad. But if this is going to be a live service game that is going to stick around for many, many, many years, it has to be more than that. Now, weirdly enough, it went down, down, down. Then a month later, it went up, spiking a little bit because they kind of changed the model. New players can get in a little bit easier. And then it's slowly, by word of mouth, it's getting bigger and bigger. It doubled in January. And then in February, it tripled all the way down to 13,000. And then the all-time peak last month was 17,000 players. So what happened? Well, first of all, the Bazaar originally released in its own standalone client, right, by Tempo. And I played that standalone client the whole time it was out. And then when they moved it to Steam, that was when all the controversy started. So what happened? So basically, like I said, when they moved it over to Steam, basically we had no idea of the player base, right? We didn't know if like 100 people were playing or 10,000 people were playing. They're not going to tell us. Well, luckily the Steam charts, they don't lie. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are playing in the standalone Tempo client, I don't know, but I feel like at least 80% of them have moved over to Steam, just like me, because it just tracks stuff better, easier to get DLC, you keep your game in there, etc. So I moved over to Steam. When I first moved over, controversy was, how are they going to do it? If you own the game, you purchase the game on the standalone client, what happens if you go to Steam? Basically, you had to rebuy the game and there's no getting around it. Now, I really like the game, so I was like, fine, I'll rebuy the game. But basically, they gave it so if you did own the game before, you can get a little bit of a discount. You can move all your progress over, which is good. It did not help at all that there was a big community sort of uprising and fight going on when the game was getting sort of announced and released on Steam, because of the aforementioned how are they migrating it, but also the new sort of monetization, which was, hey, we're gonna go into a battle pass now every single month. You're gonna give us money. Every single month you're gonna give us money, and then you can buy like a different tier to go on further on the battle pass. You can purchase another sort of pass so you can get more experience, and then when new heroes are out, you can unlock them with all the stuff you get here. So basically that made it so you had incentive to play every single day multiple times, so you can get through the battle pass. You can unlock all of your different sorts of gold / currency, so you can unlock the new sort of the new characters and cosmetics coming up. A few months later, after that, is what the current model is now. They removed the battle pass, they removed the extra experience buff that you would play every month, and instead every sort of card is free for everybody. Everyone has access to ranked mode, everyone has access to all the cosmetics. You can just get all of the in-game currency within the game. You have to play it. The only thing you now pay for is characters. So the characters are like $20, and people are okay with that. I think I'm okay with that because it's less money. It's less money monthly, and it makes it so I'm not a slave to the game if you are playing battle pass. Because if you're battle passing it, you're like, I have to hit level 50. I gotta get the best cosmetic. I have to get all the gold so that I can roll over and I can purchase the new hero when it comes out. Basically, it would be like those sort of games like in a Fortnite battle pass. If you want the V-Bucks to purchase the next battle pass, you better play enough so you unlock the V-Bucks. So it's a never-ending cycle of you spending money in order to never spend money. But then you spend your time, which is pretty bad. So in the new model here, like I said, you can still grind out sort of the player pass. I guess it's a battle pass, but it's not paid anymore. It's just you get cosmetics and stuff. So basically, when it moved over, I was happy because you spend a little bit less. Yeah, you have to pay for the heroes. But then, it made it so I played a lot less, but still I played enough because the game's really fun. Like I'm not grinding a million matches a day, just 1 or 2 every once in a while. I can play it, leave it on in the background, because it's one of those games where, you know, you can just leave it on. Not leave it on, but basically you can click, look at some stuff, think about it, have a video in the background, eat some food, click on something, watch it go, and then you keep going back and forth, quit the game, come back. It's one of those games which is really, really good. And you know, the fact that so many heroes have come out since it finally released. So you got like Jules, you got Stells, you got Karnok, which is really cool. At the moment of this recording, Karnok's the new hero you can see in the video going on. But basically, I think just like slowly moving the monetization, the word of mouth, and I think one of the big thing that helped it is basically a lot of the drama. I'm gonna say it, Reynad. As far as I know, he has not been talking a lot of shit anymore. He just shut up and let people enjoy the game as they should. It was a very, very big mistake from the beginning for him to literally one-to-one go on Discord, talk shit to people, complain, and he might have been in the right in a lot of those arguments, but that's just it. It just doesn't look good. You have to not really sort of goad the audience, goad your player base, and actually get some PR people or actually friends that say, hey, just take it back, you know? So there's a lot of cool monetization changes. I think it's a good thing that they moved on this path, and hopefully the game can sustain and new heroes are out. Very, like, you know, what would be a good sort of pacing here? 4 months a hero? That would be kind of nice. But yeah, I think word of mouth and slowly people are just getting back into it, because like Backpack Battles, very good game. They came out with a new hero. I'm gonna go play it. I haven't played it yet, but basically this game is good quality. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of bullcrap, right? Because it's one of those games where you hit go, you make your build, you do as best as you can, you hit go, and then you don't know what the opponent has. I feel like if they somehow made a mechanic for you to somehow at least see what the opponent maybe has, or you can somewhat counter, because it feels like you're just making it and then hitting the lottery and then just, you know, hitting that spin and trying to hit the lottery of wins or losses. And yeah, that is part of the game's charm. I'm still playing it. I'm just saying, like, they could have improved on that, but as it is now, it's like, crap. Well, guess I lost. What can you do about it? Yeah, I did as good as I could. But so yes, a weird spot, the Bazaar, it's growing. That's very, very, very unexpected, and I'm happy. This is one of those games where when it first came out, I loved it, I praised it, and then when it came out on Steam with the bad monetization, with the terrible, terrible PR rants that they were having, I said, no, I don't support the game. I'm not going to play it. But then I saw they changed it. They updated. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it another try. And then I try those new heroes. They're fun. They're wacky. They're all different. They're balancing the older stuff. They're balancing a lot of stuff. They're doing things. So as long as they can, like, I don't know what the overall plan is. I could get egg in my face right now, and in a couple months they can say we're discontinuing support for the game. Because, you know, because this is a server game, right? You got employees, you have servers to hold up, you have a lot of updates to keep up. Like, who knows? Maybe towards the end of the year, they're like, we're done. 2 heroes. We have plans for 2 more heroes and the game's done. And then we're going to go offline. Like, that would suck so much after me going back and forth on it. But I am going back and forth because they drastically changed how people approach the game. As it is now, it's in a good spot. Is it enough to sustain? You purchase the regular game. You can purchase some sort of cosmetic packs if you want, but their monetization is upfront pay. Then you get heroes as they come out. When you buy the heroes, completely different play style, so it's kind of sort of warranted. Okay, so when this hero came out though, it was the same price as the game itself, which was not good, and there was a small drama about that. I purchased it because I was like, whatever, I'd buy it. Whatever, it was 20 bucks or something. About a couple days later, they're like, okay, anyone who had the character, we're gonna go ahead, if you refund that specific DLC, we're gonna give you a little coupon on your Steam account where you can buy the hero for half off or something. I didn't do that. I didn't bother refunding or anything, but it's nice that they did that. So that is another thing that lets me know, hey, they're listening to the community, because it is kind of bullshit where, yeah, the game's 20 bucks. Damn, this character's 20 bucks. What the hell? He needs to be like less than that. So hopefully when new characters come out, it's going to be the same. And I hope they work on it more, because there is a little bit more quality of life stuff. you know, going more in depth in the systems in the game that they could do. I'm not going to go into that, but just wanted to quickly say like, hey, the game's changed. People are loving it. And I, for one, am still playing it a couple times a week. Not as much as I did before, but enough that it's still installed. I'm still keeping up, and I will be buying the new heroes as they come out. I just hope that they can keep it up and not discontinue the game. I hope their model is enough for them to keep it going. Let's just say that. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think about the Bazaar. It's in a weird state. A good state. Okay, bye.